So you come to this video to determine which is the best trading bot for trading meme coins. Today, I'm going to break down the two best juggernauts that are changing the way you trade meme coins. And the great thing about this is really, really good because the more competition that we get, the better these bots will get. And the more features are going to become available that are going to help us make even more money. One of the most important things is having the right tools to make turn a 1x to a 2x to a 3x to a 4x. And that is the reason why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to share with you guys my personal opinion on which one I think is the best. But I have good news for you guys before we dive into that. The great news is for the BullX side of things, I have a link down below that's going to save you 10% on trading with BullX. But wait, there's more. For the Axiom one, I also have a 10% that's going to save you guys on trading for Axiom. And the good thing about this is I want you guys to try both bots. And I want you to tell me which one do you prefer, which one are you using, because both of these bots are going to help you a lot. And of course, there's always going to be one that's going to be better than the other one. But being able to have two different bots to trade in and kind of getting both features is really awesome. So let's dive into it, right? So let's start off with number one. As you guys notice, the main thing you're going to notice when you're watching my screen is you're going to notice that on this side, I have very little clutter. And on this side, I have a lot of clutter. And to me personally, that is one of the key features that's going to allow me to be able to go from making a 1x to making a 3x to making a 4x to making a 5x. The reason being is because let's say I'm trading and I'm looking at this screen, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coins to choose from. If I go here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You guys get it, right? We have over 20, almost 20, 15 coins here. I would have to go through over 15 coins to able to determine which one do I want to buy. And that is not good because by the time I go over 15 coins, that one pretty much went from here to here. All right, it goes from here to here. So what I want to do is I want to be able to be quick and fast and agile and be able to pick the right coin. Like as you see this Yappy coin, right? It's actually doing pretty good, and I want to be able to get into that play. Now, why is that? Well, that's one of the advantages that BullX has, and the reason why I personally feel that when it comes to finding the coin faster and easier, BullX has the upper hand within this NeoVision. Granted, they are the ones that pioneered this this whole three column thing. So I do understand what that, why that is. But with that being said, Axiom has some really cool stuff on this side too as well. So we're going to talk about that. So, what exactly is allowing me to actually filter these out like this? Well, if you go to the filter tab, you're going to notice that they have a thing here within the filter tab that is called the 5-minute price change. And this one is what allows me to be able to determine what coin is doing well, what coin is not doing well, and in addition to that, get rid of the noise. Now, if I go to the Axiom side of things, that option is not available. As you guys notice, I have the same parameters here: 8,000 market cap, 20,000 minimum, 15 buyers, same amount. The only difference is that I'm able to keep track within the 5-minute chart of what exactly is doing really, really well, and that allows me to filter all the noise. Because I'm not going to be watching this POG, I'm not going to be watching this PMA, I'm not going to be watching this one, but I see right here, listen right here, this one looks clean, right? I like that because this one right here is doing pretty well as well. So that's a coin that I could be like interested in. But in order for me to actually see this coin, I had to go through 1, 2, 3 coins to actually be able to spot this coin. And then I got two. So on that side of being able to catch the coin as quickly as I possibly can, I definitely got to give it to BullX that they are number one when it comes to being able to drown the noise and being able to spot the coins faster and quicker. Now, with that being said, what other advantage do I feel BullX has before we go into the Axiom side? So this is super, super huge, guys. Me being able to see this, okay, me being able to see the charts could literally tell me if a coin is being farmed, like for example, this one, or if a coin is actually being organically pushed, by just looking at the charts. Unfortunately, I cannot see that on the Axiom side because I would actually have to go into the coin to be able to determine that. And that is one advantage that BullX has. Now, with that being said, what are some of the advantages Axiom has? Because Axiom has some really cool stuff, right? So let's go over that in the filter section. So there's a cool things about in the filter section that I like. Number one, I'm able to select Gradium, I'm able to select the Moonshot and Pump Fund. Unfortunately, currently right now on the BullX side, you only have Pump and you have Moonshot. The other thing I like here is the ability of being able to select DEX is paid and CA ends in pump fund. BullX does not have that. So I like the fact that I'm able to do that. And if I were to do that, that's going to clear a lot from here. It still doesn't clear a whole lot, but it does clear a good amount of coins that are kind of just sitting here, right? So that is really cool. So unfortunately, when the new pairs, you kind of are not going to get DEX, so that doesn't really matter. And these don't really apply. But on the final stretch ones, it does become pretty predominant where you want to make sure that the coins are turned pretty well. So you kind of just do the CA paid. It's going to reduce some, but it's not going to be a lot. Now, with that being said, I do like that part within the filter. The metrics are pretty much the same, just the BullX has a little bit more. I do like the social part here. The social part allows me to actually set the amount of, minimum based on the Twitter. So this is basically how many Twitter reuses they have on the website and Telegram, and that feature is available on both sides. Now, the thing is, unfortunately, on the BullX side, currently right now on the Neo section, because they have two, they have the Neo section and then they also have the hypervision, which is currently right now in beta, which I'm pretty sure this is going to take over the Neo Vision. So on the hypervision, they have the feature of being able to see how many exit counts have been reused, as this one has it as well. But on the Neo Vision, on the main one, it doesn't have it. So I do know it's going to get introduced mainly, so that's a good thing. But currently, right now, it's not there, so I didn't want to point it out. Another feature that I love about Axiom that currently is not available on the platform here, and I've been telling, BullX, please add it, please add it, please add it. That is the feature of being able to, let's go here, being able to see if the token is being bundled. So you see this little icon right here? This little icon shows me that there's 62% of this token bundled. Unfortunately, on the BullX side of things, I cannot see that. Apart from that, I'm able to see almost everything the same, right? So I am able to see the holders. So, that's the holders right here. I'm able to see the dev is holding. I'm able to see the sniper count. It's right here. And I'm able to see how many insiders are actually within the coin. That is all the same, but this little bundle thing is amazing. Another thing I love about them is the fact that I'm able to see if the DEX has been paid right off the bat from here. Unfortunately, I'm not able to see if the DEX is being paid here on the BullX side of things. So these two things I have to say I really enjoy about Axiom, that I'm able to see that, and I don't have to go to a website to see the token's been bundled. I can literally just look at it and be like, okay, this is bundled. The bundle's not out, right? Should I buy it? Should not buy? That is a really good feature because the least amount of time I spend going through another website or checking if that's a thing, the more beneficial it is for me to be able to make a decision if a coin is actually going to do well or if it's not going to do well. So, BullX, if you're watching, add the bundle feature, brother. Add the paid option. I've been asking and requesting for this, so hopefully you guys are able to get that implemented, right? So that's a really really cool feature that they have on these action sites. So overall, in general, apart from those features, almost everything is identical and the same. Yeah, you're able to copy this if you want to. You're able to copy the CA. You're able to go and see what's available. You're able to visit websites. You're able to go to the Telegram. You're able to see if the dev is actually a really good dev or not, because if he has a little crown, that means he's migrated other things. And you're able to see this within the hypervision too. You're able to see like if the token has a little crown on it, you're able to say, okay, that dev has actually migrated stuff. It hasn't migrated stuff, as opposed to on this side. So for example, this Gonzo run, if it were to appear right here, you're able to see that the dev has a little crown and has a number one. That means that that token has migrated into the dev has actually migrated one of these tokens. So you see this one has one. This guy has migrated a total of 25 tokens. Okay, so that's a really good dev. So if you ever see him appearing here with the little crown, you're gonna be like, okay, that's a good token to get, to jump in here and try out, because the dev had been able to migrate a couple of these tokens, right? So those features are available on both sides and both features here. Now, with that being said, that pretty much covers the main thing that I'm actually constantly looking at to find a good play. And that is the on this side is Pulse, on this side is Neo Vision, with the Hyper Vision being added to BullX in the beta phases. So hopefully they implemented these features as quickly as they possibly can. Now, with that being said, let's talk about what else is available. So we're gonna go into a play. We're gonna go into the Bartholomew, which is one that's here. We're gonna go to this one, and the reason I want you guys to watch, I want you to see how fast these transactions are coming in, right? So if you notice, there's a bunch of transactions coming in. This is a good time to see. One is going to be a little bit faster than the other one. It's slightly faster than the other, than one or the other one, but it's something noticeable to keep in mind because I want to see these transactions really, really fast as they're happening. And as you guys know, these are both on the 1 second chart. So you guys are able to see here how these are going and how fast these are getting implemented. As you see, the BullX has a slighter edge when it comes to being able to process the transactions as opposed to how fast Axiom is processing the transactions, which for me personally gives it an upper hand because the faster I'm able to see the transaction coming through, the faster I'm able to determine if a play is, if I should sell or buy, right? So the faster the transaction goes out, the better that's going to be for me. Now, as far as the UI are concerned, let me get rid of these here. As far as the UI is concerned, there's things that I like, but overall in general, the UI is almost exactly the same. So one thing I like about Axiom is me being able to hover over this and seeing the actual volume that's coming in, as opposed to BullX. I kind of have to click on it to see it. But on here, I can just hover over it, which is really really cool, and don't have to click on it, which is awesome. As far as being able to this having different presets, this one also has different presets as well. You're able to have one, two, three. On this one, you're able to have a total of five, which is amazing, right? The more the merrier because there's different set scenarios when you want to trade. In addition to that, you have a buy and sell button. That's all the same. Buy and sell, buy and sell. You have market, you have limit, you have advanced here, which you have the advanced here tab on here as well. But one thing I like about BullX that Action doesn't have is the DCA feature. Now, a lot of people don't know about the DCA feature because it's not really talked about much. But basically, you could tell it I wanted to buy every month. I wanted to buy every hour. You're able to tell it, every second, every day, every minute, which is really cool because it can automatically be buying for you guys without you doing anything, which is really cool, especially if it's a coin that's going to be performing very well and you just want to constantly be buying every hour, right? It will automatically start buying every hour for you guys, or it will start kind of like DCAing and selling every hour, every minute, you guys get the idea. So that feature is not available on here. So that is one thing I definitely got to give, BullX the upper hand. It does have that additional feature and it has multiple tabs that you're able to trade in. Now, some people are like, well, three is enough. Some people are like, well, the more the merrier. I personally feel like the more they give you, the better, right? Another cool thing here that you have is you're able to kind of on the DCA port rotate wallets or market cap range, which is really, really cool. But that's here and there because they don't have this feature. As far as the overall UI and the way this looks, so as you hear, you're able to see the sniper count, right? So if you go here, this is the sniper count. On here, you're actually able to pull it up and see what the sniper count looks like. So this feature, if I click on here, I'm not able to see that. Okay. Which is I like being able to see it. You're able to see the dev is holding. You have that feature here. I kind of like the way the UI looks here. It's a little bit more not only appealing to the eye, but it's easier to recognize without me kind of having to look at here. So the dev holding right here, you see it's 0. You have kind of insiders, and this one says it has 1.52 insiders are holding. This one has 1.25. Okay, so there's a little bit of discrepancy here. For some reason, this one says it has more than this one. So that's something, we would have to kind of overlook and, kind of drill down a little bit more. But that's, here, there are bot users. I believe this one does have the bot users available where you're able to see it. Um, Let me see. I don't see bot users inside it. I guess I maybe no, it doesn't have the bot users. If it doesn't, I missed it. Let me know in the comment section below. We also have the dev migration, which is what I told you guys. How many times the dev has actually migrated a token. This one, I believe if you click on here, it will give you that information, but it doesn't have it on here, which I think it should have it here because you should be able to see it. And another thing here that I like on the Axiom side of things is I'm able to see how many pro traders have actually traded this. So hit 320. This is really good because it gives me information. Okay, there are a couple of really really good traders that have traded this token. 320. The higher this is, the more likely you have of this actually going up. It gives me the actual holder count. Okay, right here. And in addition to that, it tells me the DEX is paid. I think that I like this UI. I kind of like it a little bit more than I like this one because I'm mostly reading this one. I can just spot it right off the bat and see, get that information right there. So on the UI side of things, on the way it overall looks, I kind of like Axiom, me personally. On the BullX one, so I have to give this one to Axiom here on just the way the UI looks. To me personally, it looks a lot cleaner here. But as far as functionality is concerned, faster transaction viewage, which is amazing. The DCA feature, which is cool, and the more presets, I have to give that side to the BullX side of things, as far as when it comes to trading. Now, there are other things that you're able to do here, that I would this video would be extremely long, but it does have wallet trackers. So I go here to the wallet tracker. I added Cupsy because that's pretty much the most universal wallet that everybody could add, and you're able to pull this up. Unfortunately, right now, when it comes to the Bullock side of things, if I were to click on the wallet tracker right here, the wallet tracker does not pop up, so I can't move it around here, right? So if I were to go here, this one I'm able to move around, but from what I've heard, they are implementing that. So from right now, I'm not able to kind of get that out of here, pop it out. So that's one thing. I do like the fact that this wallet tracker, I'm also able to see what live trades they made. But the great thing about this, like this right here, is that if I were to go right here and click on the wallet tracker right here option, I'm able to see all the wallets, and this is one of like the cleanest looks. It's so helpful and so useful. Just being able to see what everybody's trading and what they're doing, what they're buying and selling. Unfortunately, if I believe if I recall correctly, you can't really see all this on here. Now, another really cool feature that I like about BullX is the fact that I have this Twitter tracker that I'm able to kind of just move around and keep an eye on what's actually moving. So if you guys saw, I did call Hurricane, and when I called Hurricane, it's because I was watching this this not wallet tracker, this Twitter tracker, and it was actually showing me the stuff that Elon was tweeting and the stuff that the New York Post was tweeting. Currently, right now, if I click on this, this is not available on Axiom unless you go ahead and trade more than 5 SOL to be able to see the Twitter feed. Okay, so that I personally feel like if they were to give it for free, I mean, that would be amazing. But currently, right now, you need to trade 5 SOL to access this, and it does give you the ability to have a custom one. So if you want to, have a custom alerts, you're able to do that if you want to have custom alerts, and that's going to give you this pop up right here, and you will be able to do custom feeds, which is coming soon. This also has the custom feeds available as well. So if I click on here and I go into here and I do the pop up, you will see that it says the same thing with the custom feeds as well. That's coming soon. But just the fact that I'm able to watch this without having to pay or having to trade into the platform is definitely a plus in my personal point of view, which I think should be a plus in yours, in your view as well, right? So that is what's up with that. Now, as far as the trackers are concerned, this is pretty much the wallet tracker. We have discovery mode. This is very similar to the explorer mode right here that you have on BullX. This is very similar. It works almost the same. You have different filters. Once again, I could just go here, Dex's paid filter, which is really cool. I hope they were to implement that in here. They don't have that right now, but it's pretty much the same. The filters here are almost like standard here. I do wish they would add more, like a 5 minute one, even though you could just simply just click on 5 minutes here and see that, and you have this 5 minute here, and you guys are able to see the difference here on what's showing and what's not showing. So you have that, you have the quick bite. So this is almost exactly the same. You have Dex Trainer, which you could see as well, and then you have trending. Okay, so all of that is pretty much the same. Now, Axiom does have perpetuals, but we're not going to go over that. I'm going to explain that in a different video. It does have yielding as well, which is really good as well. It does give you a track of your portfolio, which this has a portfolio tracker as well. And this one does come with rewards, very similar to BullX, where you could get airdrops. Now, the one thing I did hear about Axiom is as you trade, you will be getting money as you're trading, which is also really cool. And you will also get rewarded by the more you trade, the more rewards you get, which is actually really cool feature to have. But overall, in general, that is my complete breakdown. Currently, right now, I personally feel that BullX has the upper hand. Is it missing a couple of stuff that Axiom has? Yes. Will they implement it? I hope so. Or will Axiom actually just pretty much get everything that BullX has and adds it, and kind of gives it more competition? We're gonna find out. I want to know though from you guys, which bot are you using to trade, and which one do you feel that's a little bit more helpful? And if you found this video helpful and informative, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you have questions, drop them in the comment section down below, and don't forget to click those links to join one of the, either trading bot or both of them to begin trading and getting some 2 to 3x's. Follow me on TG. I dropped some cool plays right there, and also follow me on X. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.